Hello students. In the previous video, we discussed about different type of unit cell. In this video, we are going to discuss number of atoms in a unit cell. As we know that a crystal lattice is made of a variety of large number of unit cells, and every lattice point is occupied by a constituent particle, which can be atom, molecule or ion. In different type of unit cells, the particle may be at the corners, at the body center or at the center of faces. Depending on these, the unit cell are of following type, that is simple cubic, body centered, face centered and end centered, which we have discussed in the previous video. Since every unit cell in a crystalline solid is adjacent to other unit cell, most of the atoms which is shared by neighboring unit cell. So we can say that a portion of each atom belongs to a particular unit cell. This can be discussed with the help of example. Let an atom is present at the corner of unit cell. You can see the atom. This is the atom. Now, when you check this one, this atom is shared between 8 unit cell. As in the figure, it is shown there are 8 unit cell and this particle is shared between the 8 unit cell. Therefore, we can say that only 1/8 of the portion of the atom is present, or we can say it belongs to a particular unit cell. Therefore, its contribution is 1/8. If the particle is present at the face center, as shown in the second figure, here the particle is shared between the 2 unit cell. So, we can say that this particle, half of the portion is in second unit cell, half of the portion is on the first unit cell. That means in a particular unit cell, only half of the portion is present and half of the portion will be present in another unit cell, that is neighboring unit cell. So its contribution is half. But if the unit cell, if the particle is present at the center of the unit cell, that is called as body centered, then the whole atom is present inside the unit cell. Therefore, we can say that its contribution is 1. So, depending upon the contribution, we can find out the number of atoms in a particular unit cell. So, we can check the contribution. If the particle is present at the corner, then its contribution, that means the portion of the atoms present in a unit cell is 1/8. If it is present in the face centered, its contribution is 1/2. That means half of the portion will be in the unit cell. And if it is in the body center, then the whole particle, we can say it is present in the cell, therefore its contribution is 1. And if the particle is present at the edges, then its contribution is 1/4. So depending upon these contribution, let us calculate the number of atoms in a unit cell. Let us take the first unit cell, that is simple cubic unit cell. As we have discussed in this, the particles are present at the corners. So total 8 corners are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total 8 corners are there and the 8 particles are there at 8 corners. And the contribution of each particle which is at the corner is 1/8. So what will be the total number of particles, or we can say total number of 8 atom? 8 corners into 1/8. So that is equal to 1. So we can say that the total number of atom present in the simple cubic unit cell is 1. Let us find out the number of atoms in a body-centered cubic unit cell. In this, atoms are, or we can say the particles are present at the corners. So total 8 corners are there. So particles are present at the corners, as well as one particle is present at the body center. So 8 corners, that means 8 corner into 1/8, which is equal to 1. And at the body center, one complete particle is there, so we can take it as 1. So when you make the sum of this one, we'll be getting 2 atoms. So we can say that total number of atom is 2 in BCC. Let us find the number of atoms in face-centered cubic unit cell. In face-centered cubic unit cell, the particles are present at the corners. So 8 corners, that means 8 into 1/8, that is equal to 1. But here the particles are also present at the faces, and the contribution is 1/2. So total 6 faces are there. So 6 into 1/2 is equal to 3. So total 4 atoms are present. So in this video we have discussed the number of atom in simple cubic 1, in body centered 2, face centered 4. So this is all we have discussed about the number of atom present in different unit cell. Thank you everyone.